Hi, everyone. My name is Ryan King, and I am the CEO and co-founder of BlueRyse Services. We are a full managed service for Walmart Marketplace. A little bit about us. We have been involved in online marketplaces since 2013, primarily starting in Amazon, managing and growing brands there, and then started exclusively as a managed service for other brands in 2020. We currently work primarily with 1P suppliers as well as 3P sellers. We've also worked with brand aggregators and servicing retail broker teams. And we're also an official agency solution provider with Walmart Marketplace. And so today I'm excited to share a little bit about what we do and hopefully identify some ways that we might be able to serve your brands if you have needs. By way of a little bit of a background, most brands are aware of these days, but as commerce evolves, brands need to focus on the digital shelf more and more, not only to maintain their positions within store for sell-through, but certainly also to grow. These are just a few stats from a conversation with Seth Dallaire, who is the EVP and Chief Revenue Officer of Walmart US back a little over a year ago. Walmart conducted a survey that showed 82% of customers use the Walmart app to shop for food and beverage while they were in store. And they were looking for new products, reading reviews, and price checking potential savings. And on average, they were using those apps 2 to 4 times per trip. Seth was quoted as saying, what he saw was the influence, while we understand things like digital imagery, good content, social proof with reviews are important and necessary, obviously, for digital shelf. He's saying that they obviously have realized that for not only the e-com transaction, but these elements are highly influential on physical in-store shopping behaviors as well. Couple extra data points is as if you've been tracking Walmart's earnings reports throughout 2023, the trend has been that e-commerce has had a large impact on growth in revenue for Walmart over the past year. A lot of that being driven by pickup and delivery. And so the digital assortment, the digital shelf, and the catalog on Walmart.com has not only a major trend in shopping behavior, but has a direct impact for in-store sales. This is a great opportunity for brands today, but it also presents a challenge as more competitors enter the market, whether native e-commerce brands or challenger brands in retail. You'll also see as a brand, when you're in line reviews or discussions about assortment, increasing requests about the quality of your online listings. So our goal at BlueRyse is to ensure our brand partners we work with are able to maximize their share of Walmart's digital shelf and leverage the growing marketplace to grow their growth in store and online. Here's how we do that. Basically, you can think of it in 3 main phases: establish, optimize, and scale. In the established phase, we will engage with a brand partner maybe prior to engaging in a formal relationship. We'll identify what the brand stakeholders' goals are with their assortment, whether that's a mixture of discussing in-store strategy and assortment, their line review and modular seasons, what goals they may have tied to that, as well as where their current share of the digital shelf lies, as well as what prioritized keywords they're going after, if they already have strategies around retail media activation, or if they're looking to explore that in order to increase the sponsored placement as well as organic. As we do that, we will look for the opportunities by doing some competitor analysis on the shelf, identify the trends in categories, and then identify what would be a good target to aim for whether it's maintaining position as a category leader or desiring to challenge and grow in the category and gain space on that shelf. We set the goals together with that partner and then engage in a relationship. From that point, when we determine what that catalog assortment looks like and what those priorities are, we work on optimizing your presence on the digital shelf. That's we think of it in two main ways. You're optimizing for Walmart's algorithm, and you're optimizing for customer shopper conversion ultimately. And so when we talk about optimizing for the algorithm, we're looking at two main areas: your content on your product detail page, as well as the back-end attribution. Walmart gives you your content quality score. And you've likely seen this if you're already a supplier actively engaged with Walmart. You can find it in Item 360. If you're a third-party marketplace seller, you can see that in Seller Center. And Walmart will give you a score of 0 to 100%. The average on the marketplace may be around 50 to 60% quality. You'll get additional efficiencies and PPC and potential organic exposure on search results when you get to about 70% is kind of the benchmark we hear often. It's a kind of a base level benchmark. But we also know that merchants and others are looking for a quality score of likely 95% or higher. That represents to them a simple metric that shows you as a supplier are being a proactive partner with them and ensuring you have shown shoppers what they need to see, a quality listing about your product, so they can be informed and make a good shopping decision. These elements here are listed here as images, title, short description, key features, reviews, back-end attributes, and shelving paths, as these scores are relative to the product type, which is a sub-node within categorization. And so we work with you to identify not only what you already have in your listings, where your scores are, but our services, we will manage to make sure your listings achieve 95% or higher. And so that also involves review strategies, working with various vendors in incentivized review programs if you need to, sampling out or whatever strategies you have. If it's syndication from your D2C site as well, those are options as well that we can work with you on. Continue to optimizing the listings. We optimize for conversion as well. Two main areas on listings. If you get to 95% on the algorithm, that's certainly helpful, and it's a leading indicator of what would happen with shopper conversion. But in reality, shoppers behave different than an algorithm. Algorithms are created in order to give the best guess, an educated guess on shopper behavior and what will make shoppers click through to your listing from search results and ultimately convert. But what we see is there's other elements that are not directly scored in the algorithm that are key to standing out amongst your competition when you're competing for position on digital shelf. A couple of those elements that we work with brands on are advising on their image stack. So next to every listing, you have your primary image. The job of your primary image, it's typically a product image on white. The job of that primary image is to stand out in search results and encourage a click through to your listing. Once they've clicked through to your listing, your job as a brand is to explain clearly the features and benefits of your product in such a way that the shopper understands what it is and is educated, and for your sake and for their sake, if you believe your product fits their need, to add it to their cart and complete a purchase. And so we see many brands are simply using various dimension shots of their products, front, side, back, but not really thinking through how could you tell the story of your brand through your image stack in such a way that you've educated the shopper. This is especially important when you think about mobile imagery and how that impacts shopper behavior and what is legible or not on your product listings. And so we work with brands in that regard and identify what are those key opportunities that you may be missing out on, or what are those strengths that you have that you should be optimizing even further. In addition to that, we work closely with connected content partners in order to, through our provided managed services, we also offer unlimited rich media hosting for any of those elements that are under our team's management for product detail pages. That includes things like feature layouts for your products, similar to A+ enhanced brand content on Amazon. That includes the editorial type layouts here. It also includes comparison tables, which is a great way to help educate your shopper, especially if they're new to brand through the marketplace, potentially build a larger basket size and increase average order value if you can highlight the broader assortment you have as a brand. These kind of elements are not directly scored in the algorithm of 0 to 95%, but they're a great opportunity to educate your shopper when they land on your product detail page. And so we can advise on those as well as help you develop those on your product listings. Some other elements is brand protection. And so many suppliers have run into this issue that you are focused on other elements of the business. You have a good selling product. Maybe you've been on Amazon or other marketplaces, D2C, and you have shown volume and you've gained the attention of other sellers who want to sell your product and take advantage of the opportunity on Walmart.com. And unfortunately, one of the byproducts of that is whether it's because distributors are selling on the marketplace or selling to those that you may not have a distribution agreement in place with, as far as minimum advertised price or maybe content quality of listings if others are selling. What we see often is many brands will have multiple duplicate listings on search results for any given keyword. So if someone was searching for sports drink or even by your brand name, you may see several listings for the exact same product using false G10s, false UPCs, in order to generate an alternative listing to yours because they cannot compete with your listing on price or Walmart's pricing. And so we monitor for those in order to clean those up and have Walmart remove those duplicate listings that are using your copyrighted imagery. And so that ultimately the goal here is that the shopper would have the best possible experience, that you would be able to present your brand how you want to present it and maintain control in your brand presentation in the shopper journey. And so that is a service we offer as well. In addition to making sure that shoppers, when they search for those keywords, identify your product in search results. And ultimately, your goal is to organically show within, ideally, the first page results. Most shoppers do not scroll past first page when shopping online and identifying their product. So you want to be in the first 40 results at minimum for any given search term, and ideally top of the fold before they have to scroll too many times, up to 3 times or so if they're on mobile, or even not having to scroll much when they're on desktop. And so you're looking to achieve that through organic signals, through shopper traffic and conversion that feeds those signals to Walmart's algorithm in order to gain organic placement. But if you're also looking to advertise as well, the way the search results on Walmart work is that the top 4 placements are open in most categories for sponsored placement in the search grid. That's sponsored product is the name of that. There's other retail media options with online PPC. There's sponsored brand, which is banner ads at the top of search results, as well as sponsored video for brands as well, which appear 1 per page of results on desktop and as well as mobile. We can manage those. We work with various software partners to do so in order to manage to your goals. That includes we can discuss return on ad spend as a goal. We can discuss ACoS, total advertising cost of sales. Ultimately, our philosophy is performance based on achieving our goals together. We look at ROAS, certain measures like ROAS. Our philosophy is ROAS alone doesn't tell the whole story. That it could be easy to present a high ROAS to a supplier partner if we were to just simply, for example, run only campaigns that are branded, that already have high search intent. There are ways that those can be inflated and not tell the whole story. So we discuss with our supplier partners what the overall goals are on. It may not be sensitive to ROAS. It may be about conquest and growing in digital search, share of the digital shelf. And so we will work with our brand partners in order to identify what those goals are and track in that cadence as we manage that on their behalf. One of the things we also hear is if you're a 1P supplier, Uh, the old conversations with merchants when discussing assortment that Walmart would own and own from pricing to click to fulfillment all the way in 1P relationships. The second methodology was dropship vendor, still is active for many brands. We've seen the trend as Walmart has invested heavily in their third-party marketplace to encourage suppliers to bring the rest of their assortment through third-party marketplace, basically selling direct to seller through Walmart's site. And so as that ask comes from many suppliers are trying to identify all the, not just the tactics of how to set up a third-party marketplace account, but the actual strategy, pricing, fulfillment, all those elements, and what that means to their overall business plan. And so we work with our supplier partners as well to identify what those strategies might entail. It's one of the drivers of setting up a third-party marketplace. Certainly is at the request of a merchant. If your merchant is asking you to do so and try and prove out product performance on the third-party marketplace before they consider it for an owned relationship, that's certainly instead of enough to explore. But there's also other strategies to consider. Some examples would be for brands who are looking to drive off-site traffic to Walmart to increase awareness and increase purchase. If you were a supplier who is in limited distribution out of the over 4,000 stores that Walmart has, maybe you're at a quarter of those. And so when you run a nationwide social media campaign or anything else to drive traffic to Walmart, the potential risk is that your brand is going to not appear in search results. If you are in store and your listing is normally going to show as pickup and using stores inventory. If you are in a region where a shopper is searching for your product, say they saw your advertisement, they saw the social media post, and they go to Walmart, but they're in a region where your products are not carried in stock by their local Walmart, they will either see an uh-oh page, unavailable, or a third-party marketplace seller that may or may not be you, and it may or may not be your primary listing showing up in those results. And the result would be either directing them in a different channel to a different seller, or not representing your brand as you would like to. And so that's just one example, but there's many ways in which diversifying your sales processes through the third-party seller marketplace, as well as 1P in relationship with Walmart, can be to your advantage as a supplier. And so we navigate that. We can help guide through the process of setup and third-party marketplace. We can also manage those accounts and the various strategies that are there. Overall, we'd be happy to talk with you as a brand if you have any questions about working with us at Walmart. Over the majority of suppliers we work with are 1P brands that are trying to address this emerging the emerging opportunities as well as the emerging challenges on Walmart.com. And so if you would like to talk with us, we'd be happy to talk with you. You can contact us. You can email win@BlueRyse.com, and we will respond to you with any questions if you'd like to learn more, as well as you can just find our website at BlueRyse.com here. If you mention this session, if you mention the Solutions Summit, be sure to let us know, and you can qualify for 50% off your first month of services with us. So we look forward to talking with you, and we hope to help you win with Walmart.com.